If you've ever been ghosted, you know that it sucks. Something I want to get into. Let's get to it. How you doing, guys? Let's face it, we've all had friends, some better than others, some merely acquaintances. But every so often, you have that one friend that you have an immediate bond with. And you get along a lot better with than most of your other friends. You feel very uplifted in their company. Your conversation could be endless. Then that one day comes when you just don't see that friend so much. Their visits are farther and fewer between, and the duration of those visits are much, much shorter. And it really bothers you. You're wondering to yourself, what did I do? You did nothing. Well, you see your friend one day, and you inquire about it. This is, what's the problem? They assure you there is no problem. Everything is fine. Well, you feel better about it. And you go back to normal. You think, okay, everything will be fine now. But it continues. You don't see them as much. And as I said before, their visits are farther and fewer between. Now, this could be a member of the opposite sex, but not necessarily just a very good friend. Well, one day you're out, and you see your friend with their other friends, those friends that you've never met. Well, they obviously see you because they quickly glance over, but they don't say anything. Well, discreetly, your friend breaks away from the group and comes over and says hello, and over-explains what they're doing. They says, well, listen, I'll give you a call. And they walk away. Well, you accept the explanation hesitantly, but you're still wondering deep down inside, if those were your friends and I'm your friend, why didn't you at least invite me over to say hello? But they didn't, because you don't fit in. You see, this clique that they want to belong to wants no part of you. And it's more important for them to be accepted by this clique than to be your friend. Well, it continues. You call, they don't return your call. You may show a text, they don't return your text. You've been ghosted. As time goes on, you don't see this friend at all anymore. And you really thought you had a bond with this person. Come to find out, you were never really a friend to begin with. So eventually you stop blaming yourself and you accept it. But nonetheless, we've all been through it, and regardless, it's going to hurt. This is what happens in a kingdom hall when a JW has either been mocked or disfellowshipped. They've initially been ghosted. Let's face it, remember how they used to be, as opposed to when you've been mocked. And many of you this has happened to. This is why you're here. It happened to me. When I was first mocked, and I didn't even know there was such a thing until after it happened, long after, I'd gone to the Kingdom Hall, all of a sudden, nobody's even given me the time of day. And that bothered me for a brief period. And then one day, sometime later, after all this happened, I'm looking around the Kingdom Hall, and this is why I emphasize I never put my eggs in one basket. See, I always kept my associations on the outside, in case something like this did happen, because I saw how Jehovah's Witnesses worked. See, if all you talk to are Jehovah's Witnesses, if they want to control you, what do? They cut ties with you, they ghost you, they ignore you. And for the most part, most Jehovah's Witnesses want to know why, and they're like, what did I do? They initially blame you for something that you never actually did. And it's a pretty shitty thing to put somebody through. And it was just one night, I had gone to the meeting, and I had been ghosted like this for some time. And I was pretty much tired of it. And I'm looking around the hall at all these people that I am no longer speaking to, and remembering just a few years earlier how much they love bombed me when I first got there. And I realized, no, although they call themselves the friends, they never actually were. And it made it very easy for me to walk away. At this point in time, I no longer believed it was the truth, so it was very easy to walk away. Many of you have gone through the same things. Many of you may be going through it now. But keep that in the back of your mind. If you're going through it now, it's hurting like hell that these people would do this to you. But keep in mind, somewhere down the line, you will get over it. That's why you need to have a life on the outside. So when this does happen, you can easily walk away. Don't let them control you by ghosting you, because that's exactly what it is. They like to call it a loving arrangement, but there's nothing loving about it. Shunning somebody is not a loving arrangement. When you consider how many people have been driven to suicide over it, there's something to think about. Anyways, guys, I know how I felt about it, and that's why I'm here talking to you now. Anyways, I'd love to hear your thoughts on the subject. I'll talk to you later on in the week. You all have a good day.